Hey, good morning and happy Thursday there, band members. Mr. Rogers here once again with the Bobcat Band at Sonora Elementary. Hey, we're coming close to the end. Today and tomorrow are the final lessons for Birdcat Band, and we might use this resource in the future for other things, but understand that after today being Thursday and tomorrow being Friday, that's it. We're done uploading lessons for the school year. So, we are starting off today on number 178, Capriccio Italien. Now, this melody was written by a composer we just call him Tchaikovsky, who's a Russian composer, and is Peter Tchaikovsky, a very famous Russian composer. He wrote 6 symphonies, I believe, and all of which are just beautiful pieces of music. And a lot of us are going to have opportunities, especially if you are going to play in a symphony orchestra someday, or we have Bobcat Band members who play with the Columbia College Orchestra. Yeah. So you all have probably seen this name. You probably played his music, him as well as various other Russian composers, because there's an era when there was a lot of Russian composers writing great music for symphony orchestra specifically. So in this case, this is a Tchaikovsky melody. And you'll notice that there is a pickup note at the beginning, all right? So look at the very last measure of the song in the second ending bracket. You'll notice that in that last measure, there is a beat missing, right? That's because there's a pickup note at the beginning. We take that note at the end, we put it at the beginning. It gives a different feel overall for the tune. Now, roadmap, we have a first ending. Now, you don't go back to the pickup note. You go back to the 2 dots at the beginning, which is a half note in this case. So don't go back to the pickup note. There's already going to be a pickup note within the first ending, right? Then the second time through, you go to the second ending. Now there's another section in the bottom line where you have a first and second ending. You're going to treat that as its own thing as well. So when you play through the first ending, that second one, you go back to the second line, right where the 2 dots are again. You don't go back to the beginning of the song, okay? You're only going back to the beginning repeat sign. Then when you arrive at the first ending once again, you go to the second ending. And that's where the song ends, okay? No more repeats after that. So, look at your key signature. It's funny because in this, it actually tells you, always check your key signature. I'm always reminding you guys to do that. That honestly should be the first thing you look at. That way you know what scale you're playing throughout this. In this case, it's the concert B flat major scale. Okay, no accidentals. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, there is an accidental right before that first ending on the top line. So be sure you have that fingering down. 3/4 time signature as well. So there's only 3 beats. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Da 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 da. Yeah? That's how you should be counting it off in your head. 1, 2, 3, 1. Da 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 da. You're breathing on beat 2. Always have the pulse in your mind and within so that you can come in time with other people. Okay, now's your time to pause the video and sight read this song on your own. Go ahead and do that right now. It's a really good melody. What you'll notice is on the dynamic of forte, it doesn't tell you to change that. So you should be playing loud the whole time. There are some cases like at the end of the first line where I might crescendo a little bit naturally to help us move on to what's coming up next, right? Implied dynamics are there somewhat. But in this case, let's play it all forte, okay? Play it big. I'll count you off. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. goodness gracious. Look, it's Frank the Tank, everybody. You want to say hi? See? Say hi. Hi. He came up and decided to show off his fish during that tune. I guess that's what it reminded him of. Okay, so you hear how I was putting in some different dynamics that aren't really written there, and it helps move the song along a bit more, right? So, for example, when I'm coming up to the second ending of the first line and going on to that second line, even though we were already forte, right, it's kind of good to every now and then drop the dynamic slightly and bring it up, and that way it helps the song move along, right? That sort of effect is fun. So, all right, you'll notice that, hey, messed up on a note, kind of, right? I whoop, right? Sometimes that can happen to you, and that means you don't stop, you keep going. All right, that's the point of sight reading through this stuff. That's what it sounds like when somebody messes up, messes up and continues on. All right, just to show you what that's like and what it should sound like. Still play with confidence, keep going through the tune. If you want to perfect it, go ahead and play more of this with me. And I'm going to move on to 179 after this, okay? I'll see you in a moment.